That right there is keto. In today's video, it's the 16th week update. Now, if you don't know my story, I had GERD, fatty liver disease, Barrett's esophagus, gastritis, had 9 diagnoses in total, and I was way overweight, and I started to get better 3 years ago once I did everything that I've been showing you in this series. Now, the point of making this series is to show you that these things that I talk about in all of my videos on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, these things work for people. So let's go ahead and see what the scale says. The only difference now is that I work night shift, so I have already ate today. So this is not going to be accurate. 179.2. When I weighed myself, I think it was right when I came home from work, I was like 177, something like that. But I did start going back to the gym again after almost a month and a half because I had to get adjusted to this night shift and work at 12 hours. But this is what we're looking like right now. About the same. But I want to show you what we're going to buy at the store. And this keto recipe here is going to be very good. You're going to love it. Make sure you stay to the end. And I think you're going to really like this one. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it seems like every month is pushed back from what it used to be like whenever I was a kid. Like, you know the saying, April showers bring May flowers? Well, May is definitely like the old April, that's for sure. And then during Christmas last year, it was like warm most of that time. So I could walk outside in a short sleeve shirt. It's pretty crazy. So let me know if you noticed that in the comments. And all right, we are here. I'm going to go inside, see what we can find. So I did most of this at Walmart. And anyone who says that you can't eat healthy just because it's Walmart and they shop at all these fancy places, it's just lies. Read your ingredients list, you'll be all right. So the first place that I go is over here in the deli section, and this is where the better cheeses are. And what we are going to buy is some, no, not that one. Yes, right here, Parmesan. This stuff is good. I also like these right here. These are really good. That's grass-fed, grass-finished cheese. Next, we're going to come over here and get a clove of garlic. Now, if you do not react well to garlic, because again, I had GERD and all that stuff, then don't do the garlic. Now, there's a way that I do at the end of this regimen to show you if this is going to bother you or not. So make sure you subscribe and follow along for that. And, you know, I'll show you exactly how to reintroduce this later and show you what it's like. So we're going to get one of these. We're not going to get any of these tomatoes here. We're looking for sun-dried. Come over here to the spices, and we are going to get some oregano. Going to get some mushrooms. Head over here to the chicken section, and we are going to get some chicken thighs if we can find them right here on the free range area. So I cannot find any in the free range, so we're just going to go up here. We're going to get some of this right here. That right there worked. Now we already have our spices and stuff at home, so we don't really need anything here. But really, honestly, Dan knows it's all original ingredients and stuff like that. Some of the stuff are really read your ingredients list because it has a bunch of added stuff in there for anti-caking and all that. And with salt, I like a mineral salt. I don't really mess with that stuff. I like these right here. Any of those are awesome. We're going with this one right now. Whatever you do, stay away from this stuff right here. So now come over to the pasta section, and you'll usually find the sun-dried tomatoes. So always read your ingredients list. What we got on this one? With the oil, sunflower. See that right there is a seed oil. So, and sulfur dioxide, whatever that is. Citric acid. I don't know. Let's see what the other one says. I don't see any. Yeah, that's a lot less. So we're going to go with this one. That's why it's always important to read your ingredients list every time. So let's see how much it costs altogether. $34.97. So this is everything that you need to make this awesome meal. Here's a picture of what it looks like at the end. And this is really good. You know, if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to eat natural, this is the way to go. Especially if you don't like, you know, fatty red meat. A lot of my meals consist of that because I think fat is important. It works great for me. But let's go ahead and get started on this. So one of my favorite things that I got is this right here. This saves you a lot of time grating up your own cheese. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So just lock it in and then start doing this right here. So that's how you get you some good cheese without all that anti-caking stuff, all natural. So now we're going to cut up 4 cloves of garlic. Now I know garlic triggers most people's symptoms with things like GERD and all that, but the whole point of this whole food diet, going into keto and things like that, is to eventually get to what I think is one of the healthier diets that can really help eliminate the sugar and all that stuff, and that's the carnivore diet. So this first part that I talk about in my videos is to just get over the addiction of processed food and things like that. And then we're going to get into this, the keto diet. And you know, whenever I did that the first time, I would eliminate one of these spices per week. Like if I was just now starting keto, then I would eliminate the garlic this week. I would eliminate onions next week, and then I would just slowly go into nothing but meat-based, no spices, just salt and pepper, and that would help me get into carnivore. And then once we start reintroducing foods, you can see exactly what triggers your symptoms, what makes you feel bad, what brings back inflammation, and that's the whole point. So this is a slow process. Let me know if this is the first video that you've seen of mine so far, and if it is, please pause this one and go back to the first video, and then you'll eventually work your way back to this one. It'll make more sense of everything that I did. So now I'm going to cut up some mushrooms and we'll be ready to start. Wash these things. So now I'm just going to take some of this cheese right here. We're going to put it into a bowl, and this is what we're going to put onto the chicken. Now when we first start making this chicken, the point is not to cook it all the way through. I'll show you how I like to do that. Some olive oil over here. Just going to rub that down in the oil. We're not cooking with that olive oil. This is just to make this right here stick. Just a little bit. We're not using all of it. So now that right there will give you just under a half a cup of you know, the sun-dried tomatoes, the oil from that. So we're just going to put that in here, and we're going to use right under half a cup of that to put 6 chicken thighs in. Just going to let that get warm. So you're going to smell the aroma from that, and once you do that, then put your chicken thighs in there. Who cares if it sticks? We're going to pull up all that flavor later on. Okay, so they've been going about 7 minutes, and I'm just going to flip these around, and I'll do that a few times until it's like golden brown around the edges. So once you start seeing it get a little bit brown like that right there, go ahead and take it out, and don't worry about it sticking. We're going to pull all of that up. So go ahead and take this out. So now we're going to add some of that Kerrygold butter, and this is going to help pull all that up and get all that flavor in there. And then we're going to start putting our garlic in, sun-dried tomatoes, going to add everything else. So that salted butter will start to turn brown. We're going to add some garlic, sun-dried tomatoes, and the mushrooms. Now the cheese did make this a lot more difficult than what I thought. but if you got to scrape and get the cheese out of there, that's fine. We're going to add some more. This is a big pan. I don't know what it looks like in the video, but we're going to add just a little bit more butter. And then once we add all that back, we're just going to start basting it a little bit on the top, cover it up, and let it go. I forgot to turn the camera back on earlier. We put some ground turmeric, pink Himalayan sea salt, paprika, and Dano's seasoning in there. It's all natural. We added a cup of heavy whipping cream. So now once it gets about 20 minutes in, just going to go ahead and we're just going to finish it off. We're going to put a little bit more cheese on top of those. We're going to take some of that oregano and just cover it up for about 5 more minutes with the heat turned off. And that right there is the final product. That looks amazing. Full of flavor, and it's all natural ingredients, no adulterated stuff, and that's what helped me get from looking like this picture on the screen to what I am now, a healthier weight. So I'm just going to take a piece of that, put it into the plate. We're trying to go low to no carb, so just add you a few of those sun-dried tomatoes. I'm going to grab another with some more cheese on it. I'm going to make a mess everywhere, but if you want it to have more like an Alfredo look, then add you more heavy whipping cream and only go about 1/4 of a cup of the sun-dried tomato oil. Here's what it looks like when you add more heavy whipping cream and take out some of that sun-dried tomato oil. It turns into more like a Alfredo sauce. So if you're trying to do chicken Alfredo, try that. And then just for looks, add a few more of those oregano leaves. Just bring that up here. That's amazing. So I actually forgot to add the black pepper. We were out and I bought it at the store and forgot to use it this time, but you can add some of this if you want to as well. And right here is a picture of what I look like at the beginning of this year. January 1st, I started doing this process of healing with diet and lifestyle changes. And instead of just preaching it on here, I want you to see it, and I want you to see the process in my own body. You know, the good, the bad, the weight gain, the stalls, whatever I run into. I want you to see it, you know, just not being biased about it, you know, and be completely transparent with you about it. But that right there is keto. So I'm going to eat this, and then I'm going to watch a few movies. So if you're interested, please check out one of these videos right here. Subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I will see you in the next video.